and I'm just working through the tedious process of getting Camper 9.0 back there all finished and prepped for the Duraback to go on, I hope here in the next couple days. So I am just going to be doing some sanding and finish work. If any of you guys have any questions or anything, I'll just check in periodically, and oops, we'll go from there. There we go. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I just as I got older, I like to go fishing, or I'll read the thing here. I like to go barefoot. Fishing master, you were no. I'm used to that. So, but just so everyone knows what we're doing here, I am doing the finish sanding. It's kind of like not quite as elaborate, but it'd be kind of like if you're prepping a car to paint it. So I've used 3 different fillers. The light brown stuff that you see here is the Bondo branded wood filler right here. Boeing, it's a truck camper. Go on the back of a pickup truck. But the other filler I use is, if you look, you kind of see some stuff that looks like blue, maybe up here. And that is a Bondo brand Stage 2, and that one has the fiberglass strands in it. So I kind of did the filling in three parts. On some of the bigger stuff and the initial stuff, I actually would just spread out the squeeze out from the what do you call it? The construction adhesive. I'm sorry. Sand that down to get some of the bigger stuff. Move to that Stage 2 of the Bondo, and then right now, as you guys see, we're using the Bondo wood filler to fill in any imperfections and kind of smooth some stuff out. So let's just get back to it. It's slow and tedious, but you know, what else are you gonna do? You gotta try to get it fixed up. Nope, no glass on this one. We're just finishing up the work. I'll do this one will be coated with polyurethane based coating called Durabac. So, but I'm prepping the surface for that right now. I am using 60 grit, but I'm just going with real low pressure. We're just trying to smooth it out. I don't want to cut a lot of material right now. Yes, Robert, I'm making a camper, a truck camper. Mike, it's good to see you, buddy. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, buddy. Chris, it's a truck camper. Hi, Angel. What's the weather up there in New York? Thanks, Giovanna. Rain, huh? Oh. Yeah, Tom, you guys have it hard. We were, was it about 104, I think? Not quite 112. Thank you, Saltzilla. I appreciate it, buddy. It's actually surprisingly not too bad in the garage right now. Thanks, Jill. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's probably not 104 in the garage. It's probably somewhere in the high 90s, I think. But yeah, it's pretty warm out here in the desert. Somebody was saying from Phoenix they were 112. That's pretty crazy. So I suppose there's a couple ways to skin a cat, as they say, but what I've been doing is I'll kind of move around the camper from spot to spot. I kind of get a little mental map of areas that are going to need a little bit of work, and then I'll come back to it, as opposed to, you know, just finishing up one section at a time. At least for me, that's a little bit more tedious. So if I kind of bounce around, plus when I come back, it gives me a little bit of a different fresh mind, because if you sit here and eyeball everything, you know, eventually you start, you know, you can see stuff that's not there, or vice versa, most likely miss stuff. So that's what we're doing, but we're getting close. Just it's just hard to get everything just perfect. It takes a lot of time, a little bit of finesse there. Camper's still light. I'll be honest with you, I kind of lost track of the weight, but it's probably around high 200s right now. I even got some stuff in there, so it's, as you guys can see, it's still really easy to move around. You know, Tony, I apologize, buddy. I don't do any kind of commission thing. It's just a little hobby there. But I do. How are you doing, Renovation Heroes? Tony, I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth, but I do have, I'm not sure if you watch my channel regularly, but my 8.0 camper, I'm, since this one's getting close to being finished, well, I still got about a month and a half, but I was considering putting up that 8.0 for sale. That would definitely fit a Tundra. So, you know, at some point in time, maybe just go check out the videos and just look. It's a little cedar-sided one. So, but I appreciate your interest, though. Right. Okay. So we're just gonna keep doing some sanding. I appreciate everybody joining in. And if you have any questions or anything, let me know. I'll move the camera around from time to time so the view is a little bit better. Okay, thanks, Tony. It's just the 8.0 camper, so I don't know. I've kind of went back and forth, but yeah, check it out. And then you could find my email in my about section, and if you have any interest after that, just shoot me an email, and we could chat or something. All right. Yeah, it's smoothing out. One funny thing is when you're working on these, you know, I'm working on this at, you know, with it on the ground at eye level. But you know, when it gets on the truck, it's going to be, you know, 30 plus inches higher in the air. So some of the things which seem real noticeable now, you know, when it's actually in person on the truck, you don't even notice it. But, you know, still trying to make it nice. All right. All right, so midnight gaming. I'm probably Saltzilla. Yeah, it's gonna be the Duraback, just like 7.0 was. Tells. All right, so I'm gonna take a little break from this side. Still a few spots that need a little bit of work, but it's looking good. Let's move on into the back down here. This is the part that hurts my back because I gotta get down on my butt down here. But we'll start sanding this up here. Any of you guys who watch my channel, did you guys see the Dutch door here? Pretty excited about that. I don't know if it came out. Let me pull this off and show you guys a little something here though. I added this little detail just for fun here, but on these doors we got a little angular section, and of course that matches with the door itself. I thought that might be kind of a cool little detail, top and bottom. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, Mike, the door is different. It's, I did a Dutch door here. So, pretty excited about that. We'll see how that turns out. Hey, Mike, refresh my memory. What part of the country are you in? I don't remember now. I'm sorry. I know I've asked that before. Yeah, Mike, regarding the door here, the Dutch door, you know, it's funny on Washington, that's right. On the, last 3 campers I've made, you know, they're made to fit in the truck so I can shut the tailgate, or at least on with my 6.5 foot bed. And the concern of somebody shutting the door on me while I'm in there is something I'd never even thought about. But when I look at all the video, or all, you know, a lot of the comments from people watching the various tour videos, that's probably the, you know, the most consistent point somebody brings up. I did create some sort of bar apparatus that can extend that would presumably prevent that. But I'd mentioned in another video, but I'll save the long story. But I basically had an extra hinge, because these hinges for these doors are they're a little bit spendy because they're a security hinge. They're real heavy duty because, of course, the you know, the pin area is on the outside, so it's a locked hinge there. I think they're about $70 for a set of 3 or somewhere in that ballpark. So I had an extra one from the last project, so I said, you know what, let's go ahead and you know, try this Dutch door. I'm not sure if I'll like it or not, but we'll see. Hello, hello. All right. That hurts my back. I'm gonna give it a little break there. I get some new sandpaper too. All right. What kind of? Let's get a little poll here. Washington, are you on the? You were on the eastern side, right? Or I probably got that wrong. But what's the weather like up there for you guys? How was this summer for you? Here in Las Vegas area, it was super, super hot. I don't remember who it was, but somebody was in Phoenix. If you're still on, was Phoenix super hot this summer too? I assume it was. The West Coast. Now you guys, by and large, have pretty consistent temperatures, right? Yeah, rain, rain, rain. But the actual temperature itself, was it usually hover around like 55, 60, something like that? Or is it, because I don't remember. For some reason, I don't think you guys have much seasonal change. Well, I'll ask you. You tell me. But, yeah, rain, rain, rain. I couldn't handle it. If I go up in areas where there's the, I don't get a lot of sunlight, it kind of starts affecting me a little bit. I don't know if you get used to it, maybe. But, all right. Sorry, I'm just trying to save my back here. It hurts to get down there. 80 sometimes. All right. All right, let's get back down there. Cloudy in Ontario, looking good. Why do you want the tailgate on? So that's a good question. So the tailgate being on, so just as a make sure everyone's on the same page. The last couple campers I made, you could actually shut the tailgate. So yes, you're right. If I remove the tailgate, I would cut some weight. But the tailgate actually has a couple advantages. One is it provides extra security on my truck, and I think most newer trucks. If I lock the truck, it actually locks the tailgate. So if, of course, when I'm not in the camper, I'm just driving around, I could shut the tailgate, and it gives just one extra barrier to somebody getting inside the camper. Number two is it acts as kind of like a little porch, so when you step out the door, you have something to step on. And then this would be only specific to my truck, but my truck happens to have a real handy step that comes out of the tail. Well, there's another reason too, that comes out of the tailgate. So when I drop the tailgate, I have a step that's built right in, so it's nice and clean. And then the final thing on my truck is which is again probably very common in most newer pickup trucks, but my backup camera is on my tailgate, and I could certainly add a aftermarket one if I wanted to, but it's nice just to have the factory camera. So, when I'm driving around, tailgate up, and then I'm referring to my last camper, which is a real light one, just like this one will be. You almost don't even really notice a camper on there, so it gives it a real kind of a factory feel. So, long story. Mic color, I'm gonna do white on this one, and I'm gonna give that a shot. Usually I did the tan. But just wanted to try something new. Another reason I'm doing the white is I'm in the desert, so I'm more concerned about keeping cool than I am warm. Obviously, the white is going to reflect away. It's going to stay cooler. This is high school science stuff. Nothing. No big. Yeah, you're right, John. The tailgate down does work as a good work surface also. I've actually cooked on there. But anyways, I'm sorry. Back to the color. I took out my heat gun over the summer. And of course, we all know that white, is going to reflect away a lot of the heat. But I was taking some measurements of the outside of the wooden camper with that dark brown and on the red truck to my white van. And the temperature difference was a lot more dramatic than I would have imagined. So I said, let's do this one white, see how it turns out. Obviously, white's a nice neutral color. Dennis, what's going on, buddy? It's good to see you. If I recall, you were just out on a little trip. I hope that went well. Yes, the Duraback is a smooth finish. It'll have a slight kind of orange peely like texture, but yes, it's by and large very smooth. Mike Owens, very nice. Any graphics? I'm gonna play the graphics by ear. I'll get the camper finished. I'll throw it up on the truck, and then I'll just see how it looks. Sometimes if you have big open spaces, that's why I put in the graphics to kind of break it up. If I can avoid putting on the graphics, I'm gonna try though. Dennis just got electricity back on from the hurricane. My gosh. I don't know if it's just because I'm on the West Coast and I don't pay attention, but it felt like that hurricane just kind of came out of nowhere and ended up causing a lot of damage. Is that the case, or is it maybe I just wasn't paying much attention? Can't wait to get back working on my bed. Almost done. Yeah, you got a nice project there, my friend. You got a nice one. Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel really bad, seeing all those imagery. I mean, it just looks, I can't even imagine. Man, I don't know. That's got to be tough. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I wish the best for everyone out there, All right. Let's get back to doing some sanding here. My back's not happy about it. We're going to get down there and do it. All right. Dennis, looks like hard work. Yeah, it is, especially when you got a bad back. It hurts to bend down there. I'm an old man. I'm trying to. Ryan, how are you lifting onto your onto your old? That's funny. All right. All right, so let's do a little poll here. For those that are not familiar with my channel at all and just kind of stumbled across this, this is a truck camper. So it's a little camper that's sitting in the back of a truck. I know you guys can't see the whole thing, but let's, you know, sometimes I like fresh perspective here. What do you guys think? Again, I know it's just a glimpse here, but this is the back. We scroll over, you know, that's toward the front. What's your gut instinct? Help me out here. Let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of always curious. I live in the world of other people who know campers and stuff. So, John, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. But sometimes I wondered what just, you know, because I know this feed is showing up on the short cycle, so I'm getting a lot of people jumping in who probably don't know what my channel is. And I'm just kind of curious what somebody who may not, you know, have much interest in campers, what they think of it. Avery, I think it's neat and it'll be very aerodynamic. I hope so. That's what we're trying for. You know, aerodynamics is, you know, to be honest, I mean, I don't know much about it myself, but the little bit I have studied, it's some things are intuitive, but there's also a lot of stuff that's not intuitive. And you know, an example to that is the back, right? So intuitively, I would think that, you know, all of the aerodynamics is the front, you know, how that front end, you know, hits the air and how that reacts up there, and that is an aspect of it. But a big aspect of aerodynamics is also how the air reacts. They call it actually a negative drag, how it reacts in the rear. And you know, that's an enigma, because it's, you know, when I kind of read it, a lot of the descriptions, there's a lot of these ideas of turbulence causes, you know, a lot of the problems in drags or dead space with lower air pressure back there. And you know, that's a really hard nut to crack and figure out, you know, so I'm just kind of guessing. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of the shape in the rear is probably more aesthetic than it is me trying to kind of actually facilitate some sort of aerodynamic shape. But, you know, who knows? Let's see, Courtney, love your work, Dave, and I've been following your work for a while. Yours are the most unique. Well, you could send me an email in, it's in my about section. When you say working together, though, if you're referring to doing like a commission job, I don't really do that. If you know, but if you're referring to like a YouTube collaboration or something like that, feel free to shoot me an email. Let's see where we're at here. John's Garage, where do you expect the finish weight versus the other builds? So I think this one's going to come in about 500 pounds, so about the same spot as 8.0. And to be honest with you, I kind of lost track of the weight on this one so far, but I can pretty much predict where it's going to be. This particular one, at the same points in the build, compared to 8.0, is trending, 30 to 50 pounds lighter. I mean, right now, the bulk of the overall camper weight is actually in place because all of the exterior structure's done. There'll be a little bit of weight added with the internal cabinetry, but not much. So I did lose track of weight, but I'm not too stressed about it. I think you'll solidly fall in, under that, right about 500 pounds, right, right under there. So Mod Light, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Courtney, yeah, I apologize. I don't. I just don't do any commission work. It's just a hobby. I don't really want to turn it into work or anything. So I just kind of build what I want and when I want and just kind of go from there. So I'm really sorry. I was telling another gentleman, though, I am considering putting my 8.0 camper up for sale. I don't know your situation, but if you know my channel, or if you check out my videos, I did a tour on the 8.0 one. Maybe that might be something for you to look into. So, all right, let me get back to it, guys. Keep watching. We'll keep the live going for a little bit. It looks like we still have some energy. I appreciate the questions here and the comments. Thanks, Courtney. I appreciate it. What's the longest camper you've made? I believe it was my 3.0, and if my memory serves me, I think that one was 84 or 86 inches long, so front to back. And also, what size truck would you recommend would be best to carry your style of campers? So I personally recommend a half-ton full-size pickup if you were looking in the market for a real small, lightweight camper. I know Tacomas are very popular, and especially my understanding is they the new model year has some pretty significant upgrades. It's just, I think, I'm not saying you couldn't do it on a Tacoma. I just think it's going to give you a lot of limitations, coupled with the fact that even though they've kind of grown in size over the years, they're still a smaller truck. So just cosmetically, when it seems like a lot of campers are put on those trucks, they just kind of look way over the top big. So also, what size truck? Yeah, so I think I answered your question. I would go with a full size. So, Tundra, F-150, the Chevy, Silverado, their half-ton truck, those kinds of things. I think Nissan makes one, something like that. So I particularly like Toyota and Ford, though. I have the Ford F-150, which I'm actually quite happy with. All right, changed my battery. Lost track of what I was doing there. Also, All right, let's shoot this up. All right. Thanks for the info. I was thinking of a Tundra, Ram 1500 or Ford. Yeah, I think they're all great. Little bit spindier, but I really like the Tundra, and of course I have the F-150, so I like the F-150. But I do have a buddy who has a Ram, and he loves the Ram too, so I guess they're probably all pretty good. Do you have any problems with AC condensation in the pod? I don't, and that's just because I'm out here in the West, so humidity is not usually a huge factor. But I do understand back at certain, the Southeast in particular, they do have problems. But what I'll do is I'll waterproof the inside of the pod. And then there is a very subtle angle that the shelf that the AC sits on goes back, plus the AC goes back. So all the modern window units, the pan is sealed. So any water that would come over would just be from jostling, or if it overflowed. But I think between the angle and everything, and the waterproofing on the interior, I think it'll be fine. I probably answered more than you wanted, but John, I like the roof overhang of the back. Yeah, I thought that did look pretty slick. I basically just kind of, extended the roof and just angled it back slightly, and I was real happy with how that looks. I was right here on the pod area. I was kind of, took me a little while to figure out how I would transition this box into this top. I even considered doing things like, extending this side, but I just thought that would kind of look maybe a little bad. But I was happy with how this turned out. I mean, I think, especially when the door's on there and it's painted and everything, I think it'll look pretty darn good back there. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite features there is just how that back came across. I think it turned out pretty good there. Jay, okay, mine here in West Virginia gets full quick and blows water everywhere. I got to do something different. Yeah, that's so I guess it would be blowing it kind of just like on the exterior of it, or is it coming out right out the front of the condenser? I think maybe just angle and waterproofing whatever it sits in would be the best mechanism. I wonder maybe even if that pan is overfilling, I'm wondering if maybe you could drill a hole and at the bottom of the pan and put a little tube off of it, and when you fire it up, run that tube down, and then maybe the water will go in the pan and drain out as it works. Do you think that would work? Let me know what you think, Jay. Wait. All right, Jay. Hope it works out for you. If you think about it, if you do something like that and it works, shoot me an email or something, because I know I get that question a lot. All right, I think we'll call it for tonight. We've had some good amount of time, got some work done. Appreciate everybody joining in, and we'll see you guys next time.